What's good, folks? Uncle Phil here. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I was about to I was about to make a quick run to to the store, but before I get into it, let me just get this on out into the open, right? Oh, damn it. I was about to say, it's the right book. Sorry about that, folks. But, yes. Yes. So, as you can see, my title, right? So, I've addressed this issue some years back, right? About offering services to melinated people or black folks, right? For those of you who still want to identify yourselves as black, okay. But so this was the first things first. Hopefully you all uh had a wonderful day. Today is Tuesday. One of my favorite days, Petty Tuesday to be exact. But look, right? On the topic of black folks in business, right? So let me just say this, because I had to pull over for this, because let me tell you about my day, right? Let me tell you about my day. And when I speak about black folks, if you're not one of those Negroes, there's no reason to come on here and comment and say anything sideways. It's no need for that, because it gets you nowhere except block. And Uncle Phil still loves you. But here's the thing. Black people in business. So my day started off pretty smooth, right? Until someone came in for a service. Now, this individual came into the shop, and apparently she wanted some hair trimmed off the back of her neck, right? Now, I'm not the individual that's servicing her. So you would say, well, Uncle Phil, why are you getting pissed off about that? It's the principle behind it, boy. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. It's the principle behind it. Why do you think, or should I say black folks, why do you think or feel so compelled to coming into a melanated person's business and you immediately want to start negotiating prices? Like, she came in, she wanted some hair that her previous hairdresser left extended too far long on the back of her neck. So, first thing going through my mind is, well, for one, you're coming into this establishment and you're already getting a discount because you are an employee. Okay. You're already getting a discount extended to you. But the fact, and this is something that really boils my blood, the fact that you think that you should not be charged for sitting in someone's seat and getting a trim. A trim is a service that you must pay for. I can't say it enough. And the only ones to seem to do that type of that want to undermine you or ask, oh, how much you gonna charge? How much you gonna charge? Okay, when the charge has been presented, then all of a sudden you got a problem with it. All of a sudden you want to utilize the barber or the hairstylist instruments to cut it yourself. Ma'am, ma'am, stop that. You ain't got the money. And obviously that's what she said. She said she didn't have the money. Why are you in here? Why are you in here? Like, why is it that black folks, and I gotta call some of you all out on it, but why is it that y'all black folks want to come into my establishment and think that you're going to negotiate a price? Like, I can't stand that. I'm like, you're new coming in the door. You've never been here before. This is your first time. And the first time you come in, you want to get something absolutely positively free. But then you talk about your hairstylist. Why in the hell won't you take your ass back over there to your hairstylist? And I don't want to hear no nonsense about, oh, well, you're just doing a good deed. I was like, good deeds do not pay bills. Uncle Phil's not being difficult. I'm being transparent and straightforward as I possibly can. I can't take good faith and pay any utility bills. Good faith did not pay for my license. Good faith didn't turn on the power in this shop. Good faith is something that I can't take to the bank and I can't cash that in, honey. But then you bring your butt up in here, your whole hair is fresh. Like your whole hairdo, baby, is fresh. And I ain't even hating. But what I am hating is the simple fact that you want to bring your butt up into a melinated person's business establishment, and off the muscle, you want to get something for free. And this is the aspect of my business, right? I am so versatile when it comes to my business that I could cut anyone's hair. I could cut men's hair, straight hair, coily hair, fine hair, coarse hair. I can cut all men's hair types. Also, I can cut women's hair. And I do it because I don't ever want to limit myself. I don't. And I don't know anyone else out there who wants to do the same thing. I had just did a video, a short video about that before. And here it comes again. I don't have those types of issues with anyone else. I don't have those issues coming from Caucasian men, Caucasian women, whatever the cost is, they pay it. Because one, they read, they look up on the board, they see, hey, whether or not I can afford this or not. If they can't, then, hey, it is what it is. We give them a business card and they go on about their business. One day we hope for them to come back. But this is the thing. Black folks, well, y'all working Uncle Phil's nerve, and I love you to pieces, but don't think you can come into my establishment and want to undermine my business. No. You want to negotiate prices? No. I don't see y'all going out here recording videos, doing videos of you trying to negotiate prices at these high-end restaurants that a lot of you will entertain and have a good old time and pay that steep ass gratuity. Like, oh, I was just talking about this bullshit couple of just what a week ago. It hasn't even been 2 weeks, y'all. It hasn't. I mean, I love cutting hair. I've been a professional master barber for 23 damn years, and I love what I do. I take pride in what I do. And being able to work for myself and not have to punch someone else's clock, I value that. I do. And I know many of you all, whatever line of work you are doing, you expect to get paid for every minute, every hour that you spend on that job. You want to be compensated for that. I mean, I had two black folks that come at me asking about something for free. I was like, the only ones that I'm giving something free away to is those who are less fortunate. I will go out there and cut 20 homeless people's heads with my clippers before I even give someone else that has the mental and physical capacity to go out there and work for themselves and pay me. Won't do that bullshit with anyone else. Won't. I mean, heck, look here, I was just listening to this celebrity artist, Cash Doll. Cash Doll apparently crashed out on her nail tech, who actually, I really respect her nail tech. Her nail tech drove apparently 30 plus minutes from where she lived to where Cash Doll was. Apparently, Cash Doll did not pay her after this young woman rendered services. And yet, I listened to Cash Doll go off about either way, she was paid. I was like, if she wasn't paid right then and there on the spot, that's a problem. I mean, I don't see why this young lady would have a reason to lie. And she is very, very professional about her business. She didn't even badmouth Cash. From what I could hear, she didn't badmouth her. She just did not appreciate her not paying this young woman exactly what she should have paid her. And I mean, shoot, you talking about driving 30 plus minutes on the other side of town to do someone's hands and the nails, allegedly. And just because they were in a rush, they were just like, I'll pay you later. My nigga, you cannot take your butt up in the jewelry store and say, hey, I'll send somebody over here to pay on the jewelry, or I'll send someone back over here to pay on the shoes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shoes, or I'm gonna take the dress, or I'm gonna take this automobile. I'll send someone over here to pay it later. No, people aren't doing that shit. People are not doing that shit. Like, what do you mean? People want to get paid. And that's the thing that really boils my blood, because it's always Negroes. It's always black folks doing it to melanated people. Always. You won't do that nonsense with anyone else because you already know they're going to tell you no, or they're going to point you to the door or call the cops. You got options. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to walk up in no high-end spot and do whatever the heck you want to do because you're a celebrity, or, oh, your money ain't right. Well, if your money ain't right, you need to get right. You don't need to sit up here and try and take advantage of someone else because they're just starting off their business. That's not right. I don't respect that. I don't appreciate that, man. And I mean, on that topic, because I had a very, very similar issue, right? And hear me out. Real shit. I had two producers, right? One of them happened to be L.A. Reid. So if this gets back to L.A. Reid and you got something to say to me, bruh, uh, ask your artist how to get in contact with me. I don't bite my tongue and I don't back down on no goddamn body. Because when you fucking with my money, I got a problem with that. I was, I had a client, a young woman who's, I haven't seen her, haven't heard anything from her. I don't know if she's still doing the music or not, but I was cutting her hair. She used to come into the barbershop I used to be in Midtown. So she got a break. She got a break, y'all, and I was so excited and happy for her. But she needed me to come out and cut her hair on two separate occasions, right? So that's what I did. And I ended up at L.A. Reid's house. If my memory serves me right, it was L.A. Reid. But I got out there, I cut her hair, I brought my equipment and I drove to that location. And when I tell you, I had, after I cut her hair, why did I have to wait a whole 30 fucking days to get my money? Now, you would think, right? I would too. You would think that these individuals who are quote unquote celebrities got this long bread and they producing, they're, making artists into celebrities themselves. You would think, oh, come on, $200. You probably got that laying around in the safe somewhere. But this was the thing. I presented my invoice for the service rendered, and I had to wait damn near 30 damn days. It was a month before I got my money. And mind you, I was still contacting my old client, because afterwards, I don't know where she went, and I guess L.A. Reid must have had an issue with me being pressing about paying me my money. But honestly, I don't give a flipping flying fuck. L.A. Reid, you can't get out here and play with nobody's money, because you got some real folks out here, they'll bust your melon to the white meat. They don't play about their money. They don't play about their money. I know there's some artists, they probably don't play about their money either. And they probably had to show you a few times, don't play with my money, baby. Look, Uncle Phil is not TLC. You ain't playing with my money. And if he would have prolonged that, paying me my daggone money, I would have drug his ass in civil court. And it would have been for a lot more. I'm just like, don't play with me, play with your mama, homeboy. I am not the one. I ain't the one. You play with everybody else and their money, don't play with me. Because at that point we can get to fighting. I don't give a damn about no celebrity line and who you is and this, that, and the fifth. Run me my money. Eventually, yeah, I got my money. But the simple fact that I had to sit up here and wait 30 days, you didn't have to wait 30 days to get a haircut. Your artist did not have to wait 30 days to get a haircut. Once I got the call, I got my invoice together, I was on the move because I was about my business. In a separate situation, another music producer here, in the city of Atlanta, I'm doing house calls, coming to this man's condominium. And that was funny because I was only charging him $125 to come to him, wait on him, and then cut his hair up on the rooftop. Ooh, it was so exciting, and I'm up there taking pictures, But then, here's where these celebrities like black celebrities must be cheap. They must be cheap when it comes to dealing with their own people, and they're not cheap with anybody else because they already know you pay it how you weigh, homeboy, or you don't get the service, or you don't get the product. But look, I had a music producer in my chair, and when I tell you, I thought we were cool because we were from the same hometown and we both stood on business. I respected that man's business. When he called, I set up a time and I would be there 15 minutes early, just waiting. Because that's how serious I took my business. I didn't want to mess that up. But what ended up happening was I had to cut ties with that individual because he wanted to, he felt like $125 was too much for a haircut. Mind you, I'm going out of my way. I'm going out of my way to travel to you, bring my equipment. See, this is the thing that really bothers me about people who have money and those who feel they're just entitled to shit. This is the thing that really bothers me, is that those individuals do not respect your business. And when they do not respect your business, you don't need them because all money ain't good money. Cut them off and keep it pushing. Cut them off and keep it pushing. I was actually put into a position where I was cutting John Amos' hair before he passed. I was in that doggone, I was in the same room with this man. The man, the father that I looked at as my father. Mr. John Amos from Good Times. And you know what was so memorable about that experience? Is that one, he asked me how much I charged and he paid it with a smile. And then before I left, you know what he did? This. He put one in the air with me. Memorable. Memorable. And even if he was alive to this day and he happened to call me, I would ask him, where are you? Pop, I'm on my way. He would be the man that I would extend a discount to just because of his level of professionalism and for the fact that he respects my business. You know what I'm saying? Strangely was good. Strangely says everything would be so memorable about that experience. Yes. 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 It look, that experience, you know, it's like when you meet an elder who has been acting for as long as Mr. John Amos, it's like when you get in that presence, you feel like you're supposed to sit upright. You speak with a level of integrity and respect. That's how it came off for me. You know, he had to tell me, he was like, relax, son. It's okay. He told me how he wanted me to cut his hair. I cut it. And he was very, very satisfied. And in my mind, I felt like I left a mark in his life. Even his agent thanked me. That meant a lot to me. That spoke volumes for me. For the simple fact that man respect my business. And that's all I ask black folks to do when it comes to each other's business. Respect that person's business in the same manner that you would go to anyone else that is non-melinated and you're paying top dollar for a particular product or service. Treat them in the same manner that you would treat melanated people that you're doing business with. That's it. Strangely, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. Community. But I do not want people to feel as if Uncle Phil is sore. He don't want to cut black folks' hair. No, I love cutting all hair types because that shows how versatile I am. When a Caucasian woman can sit in my chair and she was like, yeah, I just want my edges trimmed. And she noticed, like, whoa, he knows how to trim my edges. He knows how does he know? How do you know that? Barber school, barber college. I want to be versatile. I want to be in a position where I can serve everyone, and you come in feeling one way and you leave out feeling incredible. The men that I've had in my chair, they have gotten out, and I've always told them, look, you too sharp right there, boy. And if you got a girlfriend or wife, she's not going to let you outside. And if she does, she's going to follow you. Period. But that's because I love what I do. That's all. Um, you all know Uncle Phil don't usually come live, but this whole thing today was like, it was just like bubbling. It was just like bubbling in my gut, and it was not gas. It was not gas. It wasn't no bubble guts. No, 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 no. It was just the fact. Why? Black people, Uncle Phil loves you, right? However you may identify yourself. Okay? But don't come over here being cheap with me. Don't come over here being cheap with me. Don't be cheap with your own people. Stop that. Because what you're doing when you try to negotiate prices and undercut them, you are cutting into their proceeds. You're cutting into their bills and their responsibilities. Look, if you don't want no one cutting into your money, why you going to try and cut into mine? See, I had to get myself together. I couldn't even talk to my wife fully. My wife knows how I am about, about cheap black folks. And that's funny. I did a whole month. I said I was just going to cut hair for $25 just to give back. Just to give back to people. Just to show, hey, you're a new client, your hair $25. A standard haircut is $25. I ain't using no enhancements. Ain't gonna be no intricate ball fades. It's just gonna be a standard haircut, baby. Come get it for $25. Take advantage of it now. And you know what happened? Nobody took advantage of it. I'll tell you what happened was, someone hit me up 3 months later asking about that old promo that was back in January. And they weren't even a new client. I was like, it specified that was for new clients. Plus, that was back in January. You late. What you talking about? Oh, can I still get it for $25? It was like that little voice in the back of my head was just like, ah! Now, many of you can see firsthand why Uncle Phil smokes. Boy, I got to. Because sometimes I gotta laugh on stuff. I gotta look at it and just be like, you know what? I'm too much in a good space. I'm good. I don't want to argue. I don't want to be in that state where I'm stressing. So this is why I do what I do. This is another reason why I have my vlog, and I share with people all over the country. Could I make money off of doing vlogs? Yeah, I could. Am I pushing for it? No, not really, because these are my thoughts and my feelings that I know everyday people, whether you are middle class, high class, it doesn't matter what class you in, there's something that I'm discussing and that I'm touching on that you can relate to. Sometimes we just need an outlet. Sometimes we just need to hear someone say something that we want to say, but we don't necessarily have the voice for it. But yeah, that was pretty much it, y'all. But legendary super mouse. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you as well. I don't want you to think I didn't see it. I saw that message. But to end this on a positive note, you're here. You're here. If you're watching this, you're a winner. You're a winner. You woke up today on your own strength. No one had to resuscitate you and bring you back over to the living realm. You woke up on your own. That's a beautiful thing that sometimes we take advantage of. And I always like to tell my clients or anyone that sits in my chair, be grateful that you are here. Smile. Because I know there are times where we don't want to smile because so much other nonsense is going on around us. And yeah, that was my wife checking up on me. But yeah, be grateful that you are here. You are here, you're breathing, you're moving, you can see, you can smile, you can touch, you can hug. And that's what Uncle Phil's going to have to do when he gets back home. I'm going to have to go hug my wife. I kissed her on the lips, but I'm going to have to really give her a hug. And then I'm going to have to hug my 15-year-old daughter. She gives the best hugs. Long ones, but good hugs. It's the little things you have to be grateful for. Because in a blink of an eye, they could all be gone. And then... But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I need to get over here and find out, get me some black jeans. But anywho, remember, Uncle Phil loves you, darling. Uncle Phil loves you. Not just a little bit. I love you a whole lot. And I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Because I might not like the actions and behaviors. I might even hate some of the actions and behaviors. But I still love you the same. Have a great evening, y'all. And thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all later.